Today is Black Friday and there's been a bunch of new deals released today. One in particular is the famous Ironmaster Black Friday deal. I've covered a bunch of stuff previously. I kind of teased there are a few more things along the line, so I'm going to do a blitz review of 3 items: their weight vest, their preacher curl attachment, and also the mega extended kit that brings your dumbbells up to 180 pounds if you got the extended add-on kit, and also their kettlebells can go exceeding over 100 pounds. But aside from that, I want to do something I did last year, which is kind of go over if I was doing a home gym reset using some of the Black Friday deals that are going on currently. What are those items I personally would pick up this Black Friday if I was resetting my home gym? And I say that because there are some things I'm looking to kind of do and also maybe some subtle regrets, but really just some evolutions and kind of how I'm thinking and some things I personally would take advantage of. My Black Friday deal page has been updated with all the relevant deals that I think are pertinent to things I personally recommend and use and things I think you guys in the audience appreciate. Also got the Amazon link with flash deals and some other specific budget items that I would think are worth picking up and or checking out. Of course, greatly help support me and the channel if you guys do check out those links and or those promo codes. But even if you are watching this after Black Friday, hopefully you can get something out of this because I think there's some relevant information in here and also some review content. Timestamps are down below. Don't want to make this super long, so I'm going to jump right into it. First, starting off with the Ironmaster Mega Extended Kit. Now, I think this is just really cool. It's not the most functional thing in the world. There are some novel things you can do. There's one exercise. I haven't thought of a name of it yet. You guys can put your jokes down below. It actually feels pretty cool. But as you can see with the extended handle kit, which brings this up the starting weight to 25 pounds more or less, this full dumbbell right here is roughly, I weighed it in, over 180 pounds. The extender pins are also about 3.5 pounds. You guys will see some shots here of the different size differences and weights between these two pins. So I think this is 2.5 pounds. This goes up to, I believe, 3 pounds. And then this is 3.5 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. But when all this is said and done, I'm pretty sure this makes it the heaviest dumbbell on the market. Aside from that, this also includes some versatility on their kettlebell, which I believe it says 102s are recommended. I got this thing up to 105. I probably wouldn't recommend that. Now, on the website, you're going to see this kit is out of stock. If you read the fine print, it basically says they want to kind of go over a few things with you to make sure you don't hurt yourself and understand its basic capabilities. I just thought it was really cool. Once I got in the Ironmaster system, I had to pull the trigger and just see what these things are capable of. So maybe you'll see in the future, maybe not. I just think it's pretty cool. At the very least, it's photogenic for this video here. So the other thing I tried out is this heavy duty and very versatile and functional weight vest that goes along with their ecosystem here. So you can put basically around 20 pounds in each pocket. So 2 and 2 in each of these middle pockets here, bringing this weight vest up to 80 pounds. And I will say this thing is no joke. Previously to this, I had a 40-pound weight vest. That wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world. Honestly, they're pretty cheap on Amazon. I got the Wolf Tactical vest that I think is also very cool. Probably one of the best fitting vests for all-around use. But then this thing, being with the Ironmaster ecosystem, again, I heard good things. And like many things, initially at first glance, I'm thinking this thing can't feel as good as maybe it looks. But I'm pleasantly surprised in the way its overall functionality and of course the way you can scale this with their adjustable dumbbells. So the fact you can take the weights you already have and go up to something as crazy as 80 pounds for things like bodyweight squats, even like push-ups. I've never done a heavy weighted vest, push-up for the 80 pounds. That was kind of interesting and honestly humbling in its own right. Very cool if you're in a weight vest. I'll be messing around with this thing a little bit. For sure, you're going to see this in future videos. But I will say it's very comfortable. The straps feel nice. They say you want you to put 2 people to kind of put this over your head. I totally ignored that. I think it's kind of fine, but I think it's kind of a safety precaution to be mindful of that. But pushing 80 pounds over your head, though, is still legit, no joke. They give you this bottom strap to kind of further secure the bottom position under your arms. I didn't really use it. I don't think I'm going to use it. It's just one extra step. But that is also there if you want extra security or just kind of extra feeling of being locked in, say for some running or like light walking or something like that. Then the preacher curl attachment that goes onto the super bench. Super bench, of course, makes a lot of other novel attachments. This I thought was the one that really I'd most likely would use. I'm not going to use a pull-up or a dip bar. I already have things for that. But I used to do preacher curls a long time ago when I used to go back in the gym, especially in my youth. So I kind of miss them. I used to do a staple, just easy curl bar, preacher curl like this, or single arm preacher curls. And I will say this thing just feels great. It fits perfectly in the system. I also like, for functionality's sake, these little hooks here. So I'm going to start doing some things like racked curls or even that little stubby bar I recently picked up. I feel like I'm going to be using this attachment a lot more than some of the other attachments that are out there. We're very happy I got this because it opens up some other doors just for doing some other arm exercises, and a nice kind of addition to the home gym. And again, I paid full money for this, went full fanboy into the Ironmaster ecosystem, even bought this little banner, threw in a sweatshirt in there I also picked up. So it should go without saying, this is probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite purchase of 2024, was all this Ironmaster stuff. Of course, it has its shortcomings, and I think I've addressed those in previous videos. Check those out if you guys are curious. Ask me any questions, I'm happy to address those as well. So now with that out of the way, now I'm gonna go over what I personally pick up if I was starting over from this gym that you guys are seeing here. And this thing went from crazy amount of congested space to somewhat congested and some things I'm gonna start pushing out. But my thought process in this was something of the realm of what are some things I legitimately gonna use that's somewhat minimal but also versatile, somewhat hindsight being 2020 and the things I know so far, and there's gonna be probably some minor tweaks you guys will see in the future, but these are the things I would pick up from somewhat budget to some things that are more USA quality made things, such as the strength co weights. They got a good sale going on now, but I'll get to that. Let's jump right into it. Okay, it is Black Friday morning, getting my morning voice warmed up here for you guys. First thing I want to start off with though is just the Ironmaster deal, because it says it's not live, at least in the banner, but it definitely is. If I go to checkout, you can see I built the cart of what I initially picked up with heavy handle kit, bells and whistles with the super bench, cable tower attachment, and I just want to show you can bundle these packages with their package discounts on top of the Black Friday deal, which brings that price down substantially in the savings that you guys are getting out of this. I think that's pretty crazy when you consider all that. This is around the same ballpark as even just buying like a brand new set of, say, the Rep Pepins are just a little less than this, relatively, I guess. So that's crazy, and that's why Ironmaster does sell at this time of the year, and that's why I want to highlight this. This is probably one of, if not the biggest Black Friday deal that's happening just this weekend that I can find, at least. So just want to cover that. Next thing I want to transition to is weight plates. And again, I have to preface, this is if I'm starting over again from scratch, and I look in kind of two primary areas. One is just kind of going super budget and cheap, but very functional. And the other one is more quality, USA made. That's kind of the two areas I'm looking at. Of course, there's sales everywhere, but I think it's really hard to beat when you look at Amazon right now, this $1 a pound cap barbell weight plate here. I've had these a long time ago in the past, so I can't vouch for what their weight capacity is or how they really hold up. Obviously, they're really good as far as best sellers. Usually this mold right here from different companies, they'll slap a different label on them or just a different brand name. But I think they come from the same factory. I think I actually saw a video of how these things were made in China. But I have a bunch of these if you guys watch the channel. Usually these are the cheapest, but I will just say, my point is these are super budget, very basic weight plates. Sometimes I've weighed these. I actually want to make a video about this. They were actually more accurate than some of the more expensive weight plates. I'll just say that they are very accurate, at least the ones that I have, so I would assume this is kind of the same deal. Now when it comes to legit Black Friday deals on weight plates, this one is hard to beat because this is my favorite set of weight plates, one of the favorite purchases I bought in my gym. That was definitely more of an upgrade buy, USA made, very high quality plates. Of course, very accurate, but they're going to last you probably forever. Pass them down to your kids. I just love that they're USA made. They make me want to use them. Strength Co is great. They almost rarely, if ever, have any kind of discounts or sales. In retrospect, I wish I took advantage of something like this because I bought these things kind of in pieces. But you can see that you save more money the more you spend. And if you're starting over again or buying a bunch of plates, this is not a bad time to buy that. Plus, they have free shipping on barbells and apparel. And actually, their shipping in general is some of the cheapest, or I think is the cheapest for USA made domestic shipping of good quality weight plates. So if I priced out what I personally picked up, and by the way, they do have their barbell is actually very decent too, and that's pretty much a fair price. You're getting that for free shipping. But this is basically the setup that I pretty much have as far as 1.25s, 2.5s, pair of 5s. I bought four pairs of 45s. You might not need that. I actually have 3 pairs of 45s and some other deep dish ones. Then I actually always buy 2 pairs of 10s because you can use that for a variety of reasons. And I actually got more so 2 pairs, not this, 2 pairs of 25s because I use those for a number of reasons. I would have like 2 different pairs of 45s for like curls or other things out there. But if I price all this out, you're looking at, again, you save $250, which is not a bad deal for this solid setup of very high quality weight plates. Another one I have to talk about, although this has kind of gone away a little bit, would be the Rogue 5 for 5. So usually Rogue shipping is kind of crazy. So if you're looking to get weight plates, they're 5 for 5 deals right here. You can pick up some discounts here. This is where another one I'd kind of consider that. The only downside is you can see it's more so sets and not the individuals were 5 for 5. They did have the deep dish ones that were 5 for 5, part of that, but I don't see that anymore, at least the regular ones, not the Arnold ones. Now transitioning to barbells, again, if I was going super cheap, I probably, look in something like this cap I think it used to be called like the Beast Bar or whatever. This is their upgraded barbell for 121. That's, you know, probably the cheapest, decent bar. People don't really complain about this too much. I think for, again, vast majority of people, this thing is going to be totally fine. You're not going to bend or warp this thing, and I'm sure it's going to last you for a very long time. If you're looking a little bit higher grade quality stuff, and actually I'll just say the Titan one also is not bad. I got that somewhere queued up here. This one's also on sale for $129, but I would say it's probably comparable to the Amazon one if I'm taking a wild guess on that. If you are looking for a more quality barbell, I think the Rogue Ohio Power Bar, very well respected bar. The black zinc one is discounted, 55 bucks. I thought it was free shipping. It is part of their 5 for 5, so that's something else you got to bundle with other stuff, but very good, high quality barbell that is probably up there as a decent price. This one right here, which I do not have affiliate link with, but Texas Power Bars, if I'm honest, this is something else that I always want, just kind of nostalgia. They've been around for a long time. They got their biggest sale of the year going on right now on certain barbells. The original Texas Power Bar, though, I kind of wish was just the black zinc. If it were me, I don't know why, just kind of old school with the this brand. I would go bare steel. Just weird about that. I don't know why. And unfortunately, that's not on sale. So, but still a decent, really good, highly respected power bar, Texas Power Bar made in the USA. They got theirs for sale there. And just as an aside, this is not for sale, but if it was starting over again, just to make the point, I would definitely pick up the 3 aggro barbell. It is still one of my favorite purchases. I just love the aggression on it. It is not shipped for free, but it is part of the 5 for 5, so I'm just throwing it out there. I do love this barbell. If I was starting over again, I would still buy this again, to be honest with you, although it's not on sale, so I want to stay online here. All right, now if I was getting the squat rack starting over again, no question, I would go with 3x3, 1-inch holes squat racks. And that's just because all the attachment options that are open up to you, and I just like the more solid feel of it. I'm not a squat rack snob. I think the vast majority of people can get by with very cheap racks. I stand by that. However, with just attachments and just things like that and just the solid feel of it, I think those are hard to beat, the 3x3. So Titan makes their X3 series, which I think is very good, especially with the price going on right now. I think it's this one right here, and you can see there's 3x3 racks with 1-inch holes, and you know, any of these two options here, you can see that I got a little bit of a discount. I would probably do 91 inches, so not a bad savings right there. The other thing that I would say is worth, I actually really want to, I just want to buy this to review this, guys, but this, it's called the Fagus 3x3 1-inch hole. That's the Fagus H is the name of the brand. Kind of a funky name there. But got some positive reviews. This thing is $367 for an Amazon rack. That again, I'm sure it's going to chip and stuff like that. But a 3x3 rack, 1-inch holes, and has some upgrades where you can get like a Smith machine, jammer arm. Very interesting Black Friday sale. This is on my Black Friday page thing linked up on my storefront right now on Amazon with other things. So check that out. This looks very interesting to me. But then, like I said, if we're talking about that was budget, if I want to go into something that is just USA made, of course, Rep Fitness would fall in the lines of a great quality squat rack and affordable price. I'm staying in line of things that are actually on sale. And what I'm seeing so far, if I want like a USA made rack, makes me feel, you know, nice and good, more patriotic, something like that. This is again 3x3 1-inch holes. This Rogue RM3 is on sale right now, so you're saving a little bit of money there. Let's see if it is. It is also free shipping, so that's also pretty good if you want. So it's a little more higher quality as far as manufacturing, made in the USA. That's a decent deal there too. Something else I would definitely consider. All right, switching gears now to functional trainers. Now we'll get into all-in-one trainers here a little bit, but one thing that I kind of wish, if I had more space redesigning my gym, I do think there's a lot of value in having the squat rack separate from the functional trainer for a number of reasons. I won't go into a whole lot of detail now. Again, tons of sales going on. I think these are some of the best ones. If you were going to go separate, and again, I think there's a lot of good reasons for that. This Inspire one that has a lot of great reviews. I've heard a lot of good things about Inspire. A simple standalone functional trainer for doing the things you think you're going to be doing, such as just flies, single joint stuff, auxiliary exercises. Decent deal here on Amazon. This is again also linked on the Black Friday Amazon page that I have. But otherwise, I hear a lot of great things about the Titan Fitness. I almost picked this up actually when I was first deciding if I wanted all-in-one or not. This was very close to pulling the trigger on this Titan Fitness functional trainer. It's a great compact unit, fairly affordable for what it is. Decent discount going on right here, saving $300. This is something else I would probably consider. I really don't use my functional trainer or my all-in-one station cables that much. And if I was looking more at the all-in-one, you guys know I love Force USA. I think there's pros and cons of their stuff, though. I think they're good for what they are. And they have a bunch of new, actually, this website got redesigned here. I'm talking about them because they have this sale where you get a free air bike. I'll talk about other cardio stuff I'd recommend. So that's a decent deal. I think the air bike's, okay. I thought they're actually going to change this deal up, and you can see that the whole website redesign. I'm actually not a big fan of this website. It's kind of busy right now. But I think if you go to this page, it's streamlined. So you see they got a new sleek look here. They got their various series lined up here. Everyone's been asking about the C10, doing a review of the C10, talking about it. I will do this. I just think the C10 is cool. I just don't like the sliding bench feature. From when I used this at their headquarters, it was cool. It's just, to be honest, way more cumbersome of a thing that I ever would mess with. They have this sliding bench that moves forward and back on this little rail here. The only thing I don't like about the Force USA sometimes with this stuff is it seems a little busy and chaotic, but granted, it's supposed to do a lot with a simple footprint. I personally think it's the one I have, the best one that they do make, and this is out of personal kind of preference here, is their X15, and that is because really if you guys watch my channel, you guys see this stuff, but they have all these storage option units in the middle here, setting up space. You still have the 3x3 racks, you have the 2-to-1 and 1-to-1 cable pulley. I don't want to dwell on this too much because this is not also I will mention too, their accessories on this are just much heavier. Even their lever arms are just beefier built compared to the smaller design stuff on their other units. So I think their X series and this whole model, I think, is going to have a rebrand, I personally think, and this is going to be a big thing we're going to see in the future Force USA is going to be doing. I also don't feel like I really need a Smith machine. I think it just gets in the way. I'm not going to use it. That's just me personally, though. Not to mention the price is the same for the C10 and X15. I just think when you're up close looking at them, the X15, it just seems like a much better built machine. It's so solid. And like I said, I asked people that are working there which one they use of all these stuff, even the C10. Person there told me, I won't say the name, said they use the X15 more. So I'll just leave it at that. I think that's the best Force USA all-in-one if you got the space for it. All right, now we're talking about all things machines. Again, these are my top picks and ones that are on sale right now. You guys know I love lever gyms, lever arms, quantum trainer. I love that thing. It's just not on sale. PowerTech is a great machine. This is one of their biggest sales going on right now. You can save 30% site-wide on a lever gym. So check that out. The price drops down. The only downside I'd say with this package to consider is that this comes with the bench. You might not want the bench. I don't think there's an option without the bench. And if you kind of invest, it's one more extra thing to kind of get into. And so if you're going to get the PowerTech, I'd say this is something you want to invest into the whole setup here. If you are looking to go cheap, the GMWD lever arm, I think this is the cheapest. Usually I think this is $6.99 or $7.99 is what I usually see. I've covered this. I had this. I've done a comparison video between this and the PowerTech. Very good deal. This is, I believe it's still free shipping. Yes, it's free shipping. And I think this machine's solid for what it is. You guys can check out that video. Just type in GMWD versus PowerTech. You guys will see that. If you don't want a bench, you already have a bench. If you're looking for lever arm stations, this honestly, I think is a very good, solid machine. And this is a legitimate deal. I haven't seen this deal floating around too much. I never really seen it this low. At least I haven't seen it this low. I got a lot of leg machines in my gym, but probably my favorite and my go-to recommendation for a lot of people, and I've used vertical leg presses. I have the 45-degree all-in-one by Force USA, which I think is the best one out there for the price. I'll say that too. But I use this thing probably the most, and this is also pertinent to this video because it's also on sale. This would be cheaper than what I would have paid initially, I believe. So you're saving $150. I think it's just such a great feeling machine. I use it at least once a week for sure. I have different kind of leg days I do stuff, but I just love the way the Squat Max feels. It's something that's a great auxiliary to the just regular squat, of course. It's super versatile on things you can do, and there's many things you can do with it, but of course it's bread and butter using it for a belt squat machine. Drew a blank there. Now, keeping it locked in here in Titan Fitness, this is something that when I made the review, I didn't think I was going to like it, didn't know how good it was going to feel, because even in the gym, a leg extension leg curl doesn't always fit everybody. I'm 6 foot. This thing fits perfectly. I'm very happy with this purchase. It is not super cheap. You can get cheaper leg extension leg curls on Amazon for sure. But with something like this that has just certain setups, the way this thing is kind of tilted a certain way, people, of course, complain about the strength curve on this. I think it's totally fine. It feels perfect for me in all the right places, hamstrings, quads. Great deal right now, $150 off their leg extension leg curl. This would be for sure something I would buy over again, many times over. Probably right on the list. If I was starting over again, this would be like top 3 things I would just immediately be thinking of that I'd want to add and pick up. So that is also on sale. And then to stay on that topic with machines, this is something else I do not regret at all. I bought this GMWD, which is relevant. Again, I keep saying that because this is on sale, which is why I'm talking about it. It is $99. This is also a legit Black Friday deal. I haven't seen it this cheap, I don't think, ever. It was like $115-ish. 120 when I bought mine, and that was, you know, on sale, quote unquote. And I think it feels great. It is super light. You can pick it up with one hand, honestly, and move it around. And people might think, well, is this necessary? That was my thought, but I wanted to train calves. It definitely hits my calves. This and the U cups, I think they might have a Black Friday sale. I got a promo code with them. I use those two things pretty much every week. I use this seated calf raise all the time. It feels good. Nothing to write home about. It's very simple moving parts, but this I think is the cheapest calf raise. It's one I can vouch for, and it's one that has a legit sale on. I would be buying one of these again if I was starting over again, not just saying that. Now getting into an unspoken territory and really no one talks about, I find, the one I love, are resistance bands. So Clench Fitness has a huge sale right now. I think this is probably the best resistance band sale that I'm seeing as far as if you want to pick up some bands. Of course, there are other accessories that are out there too. So Clench Fitness, awesome people. They do a lot of stuff that is manufactured and made in the USA. Very good sale going on right now, so 25% off there. Serious deal if you're looking to pick up some bands. They have a lot of different size bands. I have a lot of these different sizes myself personally, but I'm not seeing anything crazy as far as sales specifically on the bands, but definitely they have some decent sales going on right now. My buddy Max at Vector Athletics has a Black Friday bundle deal, which on top of that, you can use my promo code. It actually stacks on top of that. My promo code is Mike20, I believe, or I'll link it down below if you guys are curious. You guys know, love them or hate them, I bought my X3 bar, I believe it was during a Black Friday, I think 2 years ago, and I don't really regret it. I use it all the time just as an accessory tool. I pack it when I'm traveling, but this is the cheapest sale on this USA-made bar and foot plate. Then again, I know not everybody likes, but I use mine all the time. All right, and you guys know I love my sliding bench trainer. If I was doing it all over again, I actually might just do a basic squat rack and have, instead of a functional trainer, just use my Total Gym for all my cable work. The problem is now my gym set up a certain way where it takes more effort to kind of bring it out. So I do use this thing at least once or twice a week, and I bring it out for various things. I'm looking at rearranging the gym. I'll just kind of say that. But they actually have a legit deal. This morning, I didn't know if they were going to have one, believe it or not. And they actually have a decent deal on their Evolve, which is still, again, arguably a little expensive. But it sits at $2,199, but then that's with the sale. But then on top of that, if you use this code or my link down below at checkout, it will then take off another $100. So it comes down to $2,000, which still might be too much than you guys are interested in, but this is the new one that goes horizontal. I've said many times though, a basic cheap one, which is also on sale right now on Amazon if you want to use this for just cable work. I use this thing, if you guys don't know, for 3 years as pretty much only form of resistance training from 2020 to 2023. I always say that, the big Total Gym experiment. I would still use this. If I had nothing else, I had like one little tiny thing and one simple resource, this would probably be my go-to machine because it's just so versatile what you can do with it. Not a bad deal here at $350 for this Black Friday deal. Also, as far as machines are concerned, I don't want to get too deep into accessories, but Ken Sui, I actually placed an order myself. This is a pretty good discount here and what's going on here, so I will post this link down there, but I picked up some stuff you guys will see on future videos, so definitely a good deal on some versatile products here. All right, now getting into cardiovascular equipment. It's an area I don't use as much as I should, but if I was starting over again, I think if I'm comparing a stepper, rower, bike, I think the treadmill is probably the best, safest bet, especially if it's a more versatile one. And Soul Fitness, probably the king of just treadmills in general. Treadmills have a lot of price points. They go up and down as far as quality and stuff like that. It's kind of hit or miss. I had an issue with this initially when they sent that out, but they honestly, customer service is off the charts. I remember the guy's name, Shane, was great. This tech I worked with, they sent me out a whole new one with what I had. They have a lifetime warranty on the motor and I think also the frame. Tons of different treadmills that are out there. They're all on sale right now. And this is one, I also would get this because my wife uses this probably more than me. And that's probably the one item in the gym that she actually would not want me to get rid of. All different types of series, I would say of all theirs, I would look no further than something that goes up and down. These actually move very, very good with wheels, especially if it's on a flat surface like my garage. And one that kind of goes up and down that you can store vertically is actually very good. So that's why I like these kind of Soul F series. I think that's what it's called, F8 series. I have this F89. I don't know if it's really worth it. You're really just paying for a bigger screen. I think possibly a little faster speed, but I think any of these two would be good. This F85 is a good little sweet spot. Again, the warranty is all there, and you're saving a lot more money compared to this F85 to this F89, which is like the newer model. But it has an incline, decline feature, so very cool. But definitely an area if you're looking to get a treadmill, this would be the brand to recommend. Just recommended it to a friend of a friend who's looking for a treadmill. I said I would get a Soul, no question, as far as I'm concerned. for what they're known for. But the cardio machine I use the most that is on sale, but it was more on sale a little while ago, but I think a month ago, which was, I think it was on 700 something, but it's still on sale now, will be a Rogue Echo Bike. If you're in the market for picking one of these up, now would be the time to get one. I go through periods where I use this thing a lot and then not so much. And recently I'm back on it, or I use it very often, at least just hopping on it and getting warm-ups or finishing a session for a few minutes here and there. This is one that is free shipping, built like a tank. I would never buy another cheaper air bike, in my opinion. I said Force USA has given out a free fan bike. That's great. I'm sure it's good. That was chain driven. This being belt driven, the maintenance is essentially non-existent. This thing will last you forever. Don't have to do any maintenance, which I love. Built like a tank, and I would say if I was building a home gym again, I wouldn't mess with buying a cheap fan bike. I would go right into this. So if you're in the market for something like that, now's the time to get it, because this is, again, one of those things that isn't always on sale, but that is going on. I had a Concept 2 rower. I used to love rowing, kind of fell out of it, but if you're into rowing, a lot of great things about this Rogue rower that is also on sale just for a little bit, but also it's kind of a new item. And then something else, I don't use this thing honestly that much, but I just feel like I had to cover it because it is a very decent sale going on. This stepper, the step machine, they have some stuff that is kind of built in with their discounts, so check that out. Probably their biggest sale of the year also on this. In retrospect, I would have picked up the big one. Check out that review down below if you guys are curious about the stepper, but definitely I love stair stepping in the gym, and if I had more space and also the budget, this would be something I would consider. But of all those things, I'd say the treadmill is probably the safest bet for most people, but the Rogue Echo Bike is up there as well. But that is it, guys. Check out the Black Friday sales page, which will be linked down below. I'm going to keep this updated. I'm watching things fairly closely about what's being adjusted. So any tips, let me know down below in the comments section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the next one.